My people say when respect is not served anymore, you should leave the table. You should leave the table if respect is not served anymore. If you feel like the treatment you're receiving is below what you deserve, why should you stand for it? If you feel like in some environments you're not welcome and they are not answering your greeting with warmth and kindness, why should you continue doing it? Well, fellas, I think sometimes you gotta respect yourself. American ladies will say, I chose myself. I choose myself. I'm leaving him because he's not doing good in life. I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing my happiness. Oh, anyway, I'm just kidding. You don't see that in Africa, though. Okay. Something really amazing is happening in Africa. These three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, have created their own flag. Congratulations. Now, they are officially now a confederation. What does that mean? It means multiple countries coming together, becoming one country. Congratulations. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. My name is Zach. I know you don't know who I am, but hey, if you stay here and watch the video till the end, we are certainly going to like each other. Here we talk about most of the things, we talk about Africa, we talk about Nigeria, Uganda, Somalia, Tanzania, Niger, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Jamaica, you name it. I salute you, all of you. Thank you so much. If you want to know everything about Africa, you're at the right place. You want to know news about the motherland, you are at the right place. This is where you want to be. Today we're talking about Niger. This is Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. These three countries have mocked everybody recently. By doing what? By separating themselves from the colonialists. Who are the colonialists? The colonialists are these people here. In 1985, they came together in Berlin, coming to Africa to conquer. Why did they go to Berlin? They went to Berlin because they wanted to go and steal, loot, and take things from Africa. But they didn't want to go and fight each other in Africa. Why? Because they fought each other many times in other places. Therefore, in Africa, we can go steal, we can go take this gold, diamond, uranium, you name it, but let's not fight each other, fellas, please. That's what was agreed. When they came to Africa, Africa was a big land. There was no countries. They created countries. What are countries? They were just small boxes they designed on a piece of paper, attributing to each other. These are the countries that were taken by France. These ones were taken by the British. These ones were taken by the Germans. So forth and so forth. That's how they do it. That's why you see some people speaking French in some African countries, while some people speak English in some African countries. It was forced upon to them. Now, after independence in 1960s, the French and others returned to Europe. They supposedly returned forever, but the reality was different. French especially say, okay, we are returning to Europe, but before we give you independence, you got to sign a piece of paper. What does the piece of paper say? The piece of paper says, after independence is still like before independence, because we are running your economy. How? We're going to be printing your currency for you. You see this money here? It's called the CFA franc. It is printed in France for African use. These countries you see here, they use that money that is printed in France. They are so-called independent country in 2025. Shameful, right? Now remember, I said these three countries separated themselves. They are shining. How are they shining? They refuse to continue doing things the French way. They kicked out French militaries that were based in their countries. They kicked out the diplomacy that were not trying to work with them. And after doing that, guess what happened? These African countries named ECOWAS stood up against them. They said, no, you can't do this. So how can we not do this? How can we not separate ourselves and free ourselves? Why did ECOWAS do that? ECOWAS did that because ECOWAS gets money from France. Yes, imagine your African brothers standing against you. They don't like the fact that you want to free yourself. They're even ready to fight you because they were ready to go fight them.
Ready to go anytime the order is given. The D-Day is also decided, which we are not going to disclose. There will be no more meetings of the chiefs of defense staff. If there will be, it will be probably in the course of the operation if there is a need to adjust the operation.
Now, why are we celebrating today? We're celebrating these three countries deciding to be a confederation. So they're going to be working together, and one of the presidents of this country will be leading everybody for a year. They're going to be succeeding to each other year after year. This is their brand new flag. Since the creation of IES, chaired by Mali on its first year, they have multiplied concrete actions, clean instrument to financing its economic and policy. Now, I want you to understand, fellas, these countries are moving forward. They're not playing. Some other African countries are jealous because they decided to free themselves and actually work for the interests of their people and not sending goods and services to foreign nations. That's why they're fighting each other. These three countries, they don't talk to these other countries. You see, these three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and these other countries, they don't get along anymore. These are Africans. Why? Because these three countries don't want anything to do with France. But these other countries, as you can see here, they all want France back. I don't know how. Your friend says, I don't want to be shackled anymore. I don't want to be other people's prisoner anymore. But your brother says, no, we hate it that you want to be free. How crazy is that? Now we're going to check very quickly. What does these countries have done so far? These countries, as you can see, are all run by military. So basically, the soldiers took over the country. They did not unalive their president, but they threw them over to take power. Let's go to Mali. What has Mali done this far? Mali's got a lot of gold, plenty of gold, a lot of it. There's a big company from Canada named Barrick Gold that comes and gets gold from Mali. Now, for many, many years, Barrick Gold made a lot of money. However, they didn't pay tax the way they were supposed to be paying. Why? Because many Africans, when they are in position of power, like politics or governor, whatever, or minister, all they do is they will say to a foreign company, listen, just bring me a couple of millions, okay? Just give me 20 million. Don't worry about everything. Yeah, don't worry about the government. Just give me 20 million. I know what to do. They're going to give the minister 20 million, give the governor some million, and also a general, an army general. Why an army general? Because foreign companies want support and protection from an army general. In case they have an issue with the citizen, they can call the army general, and the army general will beat the living crap out of the person with no justice. That's how they operate. Now, the brand new government has come to power. They want to change everything. They say to them, we don't play by those books. Sorry, fellas. You need to pay tax. You need to pay what you owe to the country because we need your money to build our roads. We need your money to build hospitals. We need your money to build schools. Unlike previous government that used the money for themselves, we need the money for the people. So Barrick Gold is not happy because now they have to pay tax. They got very angry. They said, we're going to accuse to the International Trade Court, whatever. Now, guess what, fellas? Sometimes in life, when there's no respect, you need to pull yourself aside. Even if there's pressure against you, you need to resist because that's what life is about. The Malians resisted. They refused to give in. Then later on, you know what happened? Barrick Gold came back. They said they're sorry. They are going to pay 275 billion CFA franc. Yes, hold on a second. I know you're thinking about it. It equates to $438 million. That's the money they're going to pay to the Malian government in return for the release of the detained employees, seized gold, and restarting operation at their camp. They want release of detained employees. Yes, Mali detained employees that were trafficking gold. They don't play. Okay? You're trafficking gold, you're going to prison. And they seized gold from this company, a lot of it, because they were not paying tax. Now, with the $438 million, they're going to get their gold back. They're going to get their guys back that were detained in prison, and they're going to restart operation. Congratulations. We're not done yet. That's just in Mali. We're talking about 3 countries, remember. Now, in Burkina Faso, recently, they've launched their own car made in Burkina Faso. Look at this car. Beautiful invention in Burkina Faso. This car does not need fuel, not oil, okay? It gets energy from the sun. And they can run as, crazy stuff. Africa's got technology. But Africa needs capable people. Okay, number 2, Burkina Faso created its own tomato plant. Why? Because Burkina Faso, for the longest time, used to send its tomato to France to be processed. They have a lot of tomato, but they send it to France to be processed and be put into tins and cups and stuff. You see? Yeah. Then after France has done that, France will send it back to Burkina Faso to be sold at a very expensive price. Imagine you produce your own tomatoes, but you have to have another country process it and sell it to you. How crazy is that? You gotta have some brains. Now, this brand new president, Ibrahim Traoré, look at him. That's him. 36 years old. He's changed completely everything. He's a descendant of Thomas Sankara. Clearly, those are the type of progress we want to see. Why can't other African presidents do the same? Now let's go to Niger. This is Niger right here. Same situation. Now in Niger, there's massive production of uranium. This is uranium. Uranium is very important for the creation of many things in technology, in health, in cancer treatment, and so forth and so forth. France used to have exclusivity of Nigerian uranium. France used to get uranium from Niger, and they made electricity with it. France made so much electricity with uranium from Niger that they started selling electricity to other European countries. How crazy is that? In the meantime, Nigerian people were sleeping in the dark. Just imagine, you sleep in the dark with mosquitoes and stuff. Have you ever slept in mosquitoes? You know, okay, so I know you sleep in mosquitoes in Africa, you're probably going to get bitten and get malaria. Especially if you've never lived in tropical areas of Africa. Yeah, you're going to die. Don't try. Don't play with that. Malaria will take you away quick. People like myself, I've had malaria like 49 times. So my body is immune, I've built a level of immunity. I may get some sort of shivers and that. It's never beyond that. Anyway, let's get back on track. You need to be protected. Now, these three countries have changed everything. Now, France used to buy uranium from Niger at 0.80 euros a kilogram. And the same quality of uranium they bought from Canada at 200 euros a kilogram. 0.80 for the Africans and 200 kilogram for the white fellas. Yeah, that's how they see you. That's changed now. It's 200 euros or nothing. That's what it is. So these countries are clearly doing things. It's not promises. Now they want to come together as a confederation. Should we give them our blessing or not? Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It was a great pleasure. This is the flag. Let me just remind you here, a few months ago, they created their own passport. They have their own passport, unified passport. Prior to that, they used to be included into ECOWAS passport. They're not into ECOWAS anymore. They have their own passport now. They're restructuring their studies, education. People are being taught into their native languages. Things are changing, fellas. Let me know how you feel about this. YouTube said that a lot of you guys watch videos, but you're not subscribed. Please do subscribe. I'm sure we all like this, right? Let's make it much bigger. I would love for us to see 200,000 followers by the end of this month. God bless.